This is a painting of the 13th green, part of a stretch of holes known as Amen Corner at Augusta National, the most exclusive golf course in the world, a place of beauty, tradition, and mystique. What hidden secrets lie behind Augusta's perfect facade? And what hidden stories shaped the most prestigious golf tournament in the world? I got access to golf's most guarded sanctuary. Let's find out. Every year, hundreds of thousands, no, millions of people enter a lottery hoping for a chance just to set foot on the grounds of Augusta National. And as usual, I wasn't one of the lucky winners. But my friend, he was. Unlike most sporting events, you can't just buy a ticket to the Masters. There are no public sales, no resale marketplaces. Well, sort of. More on that in a bit. What many people don't realize is that the online lottery system, officially named the application process, is relatively new. Augusta National first introduced it in 1995 for practice rounds, but it wasn't until 2012 that the tournament day tickets were added. This exclusivity has been part of the Masters since Bobby Jones and Clifford Roberts founded Augusta National in 1931. Jones wanted a golf experience centered on tradition, not commercialization, and the club has maintained that philosophy ever since. They've kept tickets limited and prices surprisingly affordable. Even today, the tournament tickets remain around $140, while comparable events charge 5 times that amount. Before the lottery, tickets were primarily passed down through families for generations, creating a closed system that made access nearly impossible for the average fan. For most of the tournament's history, Augusta operated on a patron list system. If your name wasn't already on it, you couldn't get in. When the lottery opened to the public, it finally created a small window of opportunity for everyday fans. The application process itself runs like clockwork every year. Around early June, typically from the 1st through the 20th, Augusta National opens their application window on the official Masters Tournament website. This 3-week period is your only chance to enter, and they strictly limit submissions to just 1 per person or address. No exceptions. They even require your social security number to verify your identity, underscoring just how serious they take the process. When you apply, you specify which days you hope to attend, either practice rounds held Monday through Wednesday, or the tournament rounds from Thursday through Sunday. You can select multiple days to increase your chances, but Augusta National makes no guarantees you'll receive tickets for all the days you request. Then comes the waiting. By late July or early August, emails arrive, delivering either excitement or disappointment. Most applicants, like me, received the standard rejection notice. But for the fortunate few who are selected, the process continues. The committee, not you, determines which specific day or days you'll be offered tickets for. Winners must act quickly. They're given only a short window, typically 2 to 3 weeks, to complete their purchase. Miss the deadline, and those coveted tickets are forfeited. The pricing has remained remarkably stable over the years. Practice round tickets generally run $75 to $100, while tournament round tickets cost between $115 and $140, with only slight adjustments year to year. Each winner is limited to purchasing between 2 to 4 tickets per day, keeping access spread among more patrons rather than concentrated with a few. With an estimated 1 to 2 million applications submitted annually, the odds are daunting. Less than a 10% chance of winning tournament round tickets, and only slightly better at 10 to 20% for practice rounds. Perhaps most notable is the strict, non-transferable policy. Tickets cannot be resold under any circumstances. You can, of course, find Masters tickets on sites like StubHub or SeatGeek, but buying them is highly risky. If Augusta finds out a ticket changed hands for money, they can cancel it and permanently ban everyone involved. This approach helps preserve the event's integrity, preventing the secondary market inflation that plagues other major sporting events. The process is famously opaque. Augusta National doesn't publish detailed statistics about application numbers or odds. The selection process remains private, adding to the exclusivity and mystique of the tournament. So yeah, TJ's one lucky son of a... This is TJ, aka Tom, aka one of my closest friends. We had a deal. Whoever won the Masters lottery as long as we live would bring the other, and TJ won. But sometimes the universe has a sick and twisted sense of humor. TJ hit the lottery during the 1 week he absolutely could not take off from work. Devastation. So I had to find a replacement. And I asked one of my other closest friends, Colin. Colin works at Pebble Beach, so he knows a thing or two about legendary golf courses. 2 days later, it was time to make this master's dream a reality.
This is actually happening. I'm at the airport, on my way to Atlanta, and then I'll be staying the night there. Okay, made it. Colin lands tomorrow. I had a 2-hour flight delay, so I'm ready to get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning from Atlanta. I am headed downstairs to get some breakfast. Then I'm gonna go to the airport, pick up Colin, and we will begin our road trip out to Augusta. There he is. Dude, holy smokes. It's like, wow. Wow. We have arrived in Aiken, South Carolina, which is approximately 28 miles away from Augusta National. But about 10 minutes into getting settled in, I got this message from the Masters. Due to inclement weather and safety concerns, the gates will not open as scheduled for Monday's practice round. And the next update won't be provided until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I don't know what that means for this video or for the practice round or for our plans. Not looking good. There's a lot of rain. Let's hope that tomorrow morning it clears up and we're able to experience this once in a lifetime opportunity. So, all right.
Good morning from Augusta. The rain's holding off for now on this first day of Masters Week. Hopefully, the patrons catch some action before more weather rolls in. This is 104.3 WPBQ.
Okay, the big day has arrived. We are very close to the golf course. By the graces that be, we were able to avoid any kind of weather delay. So we ran a little bit late, but we're getting here at about 8:30, 8:35 in traffic right now, trying to get to the course. But this is exciting. Cannot wait to get this day started. Okay, so once we get to the gates, this is where things get really different. Augusta isn't just a place that's unique because of the ticket lottery, it's also one of the only places in the modern world where everybody around you is disconnected. Augusta National has one of the strictest technology policies in sports. Cell phones are completely banned, not just for taking photos or videos, but the entire device itself. If you're caught with a phone, it's immediate ejection and permanent loss of ticket privileges. In 1999, the first phones were banned at Augusta National as they appear at sporting events. 2010, still no phones permitted, while smartphones became ubiquitous in society. 2023, Augusta remains firm, even as other venues actively promote fan content on TikTok, Instagram, and beyond. Their camera policy is just as strict. Any device with video capabilities, banned completely. The only cameras allowed are strictly still cameras. And even those are only permitted during practice rounds, never during tournament play. It's all part of Augusta's commitment to maintaining what they call the tournament's proper atmosphere. It's kind of beautiful in a way though, that all of us will be experiencing the present moment, no distractions, no social media. So how am I gonna document all this? With this thing. This vintage Canon AE1 program isn't just any camera. Like Augusta National, it represents a commitment to a certain way of doing things that hasn't been abandoned despite newer technologies. I loaded it with Kodak Portra 400 film for its natural color rendition and forgiving exposure latitude. Perfect for capturing Augusta's beauty.
Look at all the people.
And from this point on, everything that you'll see is mostly shot on this camera. Each click isn't just capturing an image, it's capturing history. A history that begins in 1931. Behind Augusta's perfect appearance lies a world of meticulous control that few ever see. Everything about the Masters is deliberate. The pine straw, placed by hand. The grass, cut to precise specifications. Different heights for fairways, approaches, and the famous second cut. Augusta never calls it rough. Even the trees are part of the plan. Augusta National marks every single tree with a number, So when it comes time for landscaping, maintenance, or redesign, they can narrow it down to exactly which tree they're working with. Nothing is accidental, nothing is out of place. The course itself, while it's been lengthened several times, most notably in the early 2000s, during what became known as tiger proofing, its character has been meticulously preserved since Alistair Mackenzie and Bobby Jones redesigned it in the early 1930s. What's remarkable is how Augusta National has remained untouched by modern commercialization. Unlike other major sports venues, plastered with corporate logos, Augusta maintains its pristine appearance. No advertising boards, no sponsored leaderboards. This commitment to tradition borders on obsession. Augusta National reportedly even controls the color of the sand in their bunkers, importing specific white quartz from mines in North Carolina. But beneath the perfectly manicured surface, there are hidden threads, secrets that speak to Augusta's almost obsessive attention to detail. It's a place where nothing is left to chance. Take, for example, the network of tunnels that run below the course. These subterranean pathways, initially built for irrigation, now serve as hidden arteries, allowing for the unseen movement of equipment and infrastructure. And then there's the very strange and very quiet airspace above Augusta. The lack of birds is no accident. It's widely reported and a common claim that the club has, for many years, used trained hawks to patrol the sky. Augusta National does not publicly confirm these details. You might also notice a distinct lack of bushy-tailed creatures scampering across the fairways. This isn't by accident. Augusta National actively discourages the presence of squirrels on the property. While some reports suggest a full-time squirrel catcher is employed to maintain this, the overall effort reflects the club's dedication to a pristine and controlled environment, all aimed at ensuring an undisturbed experience for patrons and players alike. One of the most unique things about the Masters is its television relationship with CBS, which began in 1956, when the network broadcast was limited to just the final 4 holes. Today, Augusta National maintains unprecedented control over the broadcast. The tournament famously limits commercials to just 4 minutes per hour, less than a third of what's normal for sports broadcasts. The club dictates specific language broadcasters must use: patrons, not fans; bunkers, not sand traps; flag sticks, not pins. Camera positions are strictly controlled, and certain areas of the golf course have never been televised. Augusta even once banned announcer Gary McCord for life when he joked that the greens were so fast they must be bikini waxed. It's the only major sporting event where the venue, not the network, has final authority over every aspect of the broadcast. A ticket to the Masters may be rare, but once you're inside, you're not getting gouged. The concession prices here are legendary. A pimento cheese or egg salad sandwich, $1.50. A beer, $6. Each item on the menu costs less than the average price of a single hot dog at NFL stadiums. While prices have increased slightly over the years, that pimento cheese sandwich was just $1 in the early 2000s, they've remained remarkably stable during an era where sporting event concessions have skyrocketed. The Augusta experience is designed to be all-inclusive. Once you're through the gates, everything is accessible to every patron, regardless of wealth or status. The iconic food tradition began with Clifford Roberts, who insisted that concession prices should be reasonable for all patrons. In the 1970s, when most sporting venues began to see concessions as a major profit center, Augusta National went the opposite direction. The menu itself has barely changed in decades. The famous pimento cheese recipe was briefly altered in 2013 when the tournament changed vendors, causing such an uproar that they quickly reverted to something closer to the original. These sandwiches, wrapped in a distinctive green paper, have become collectible souvenirs, though the club strongly discourages taking them home. Augusta National reportedly produces over 40,000 pimento cheese sandwiches during tournament week, each created in a secret off-site location and delivered fresh each morning. The course itself is the real star. Augusta National isn't just a golf course, it's hallowed ground. The fairways are flawless, the greens are among the fastest and most complex in golf. Every hole has a story, from Amen Corner's legendary collapses
And that hit
to the 18th green, where champions are crowned. What many don't realize is that Augusta National employs sophisticated technology beneath its natural beauty. In the 1990s, they installed the sub-air system, essentially a network of underground pipes that can vacuum moisture from the soil or add heat to the greens. It's why the course can withstand a downpour and be playable hours later, where most courses would be closed for days. The land was originally Fruitland Nursery, founded in 1857 by Belgian immigrant Louis Matthew Berkmans. This explains why every hole is named after a plant from the original nursery: tea olive, flowering crabapple, camellia, and so on. The nursery's legacy lives on in Augusta's horticultural excellence. While the azaleas seem to bloom perfectly every Masters Week, the club won't confirm rumors that they refrigerate the buds or use heating systems to control bloom timing. What we do know is that they planted over 80,000 plants of more than 350 varieties, creating a landscape that's both natural and meticulously engineered. Perhaps most fascinating is what's no longer there. The course today bears only passing resemblance to the original 1934 layout. The greens have been reshaped, fairways redirected, and holes completely reimagined. In 1934, they reversed the nines, making today's back nine, with its dramatic finishing holes around Amen Corner, the most recognizable half of the course. It's a living, evolving canvas that somehow always feels timeless.
Okay, that was incredible. That was a once in a lifetime opportunity that I will never ever forget. The perfection of everything is mind-blowing. We got cut short, the weather got bad again, and expected to get worse. Super grateful and thankful that we were able to dodge some of the weather and get the shots that I needed for this video. What a wild ride it's been, and I'm incredibly thankful and grateful for this opportunity. I just want to say thank you to everybody that made this video possible. If you enjoyed this glimpse of magic into Augusta, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more deep dives like this video. There's always another thread to pull. I'm Thomas. Thanks for watching.